So hi, what's up? It's your boy Sports Wizard and welcome back to another video on my channel. So today we're actually going to be doing a basketball video. And before we get into it, I just want to say one thing. So I did do a couple of tennis videos earlier today. So if you guys watch my tennis videos, go check those videos out. They're really good. And yeah, without further ado, let's just introduce this video. So basically, this video is about a basketball video, like I said, but it's if regular season MVPs wanted the people that deserved them in the 1960s. So yeah, I've always thought how did these regular season MVPs even get determined? I figured out people voted on them, but I was just this is my opinion, so I'll just show you guys do I agree with what the voters voted on for the regular season MVP. So basically, you guys might be wondering how are you gonna determine this? So first off, let's just start by this. Voters usually vote for the MVP like this. There's a couple of formulas. First, you have to be on an insanely good winning team, top two team in your conference. Second off, you have to have pretty good stats. You don't have to have the best ones, but you have to have pretty good stats. And third off, you have to have a good story to the season. You carried your team to the number 2 seed or something like that. You have to have a good story. And out of the past 31 MVPs, only two of those people didn't follow the formula, and those were Russell Westbrook in 2017 and obviously this year Nikola Jokic. So Russell Westbrook, he didn't follow the formula in the fact that his team was not top two in the conference, and Nikola Jokic basically the same thing. His team was not top two in the conference either, but it was top three. So yeah, basically what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm not gonna be taking the team factor. I'm not gonna be going by team factor. I'm only gonna be going based off stats, because to determine the most valuable player, I think stats is the most fair way to do. You can't really count you can't count team success, because basically if you have not a not great team, take Damian Lillard. He was an MVP contender, but he didn't lead his team to the top 2 seeds, right? Even take Russell Westbrook in that season, he won MVP because of his stats. So I don't think it's really fair to go by the team success, because maybe some people have better teams than the other people, but that doesn't mean the people that have worse teams are not as good as the guys that are top 2 seeds, right? So I'm only gonna be going based on stats. I think that's the most fair way to do it. And now you guys might be thinking 1960s and stats. They're the person that you guys might be thinking of. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So, yeah, 1960 to 61, Bill Russell, he lost the award to Wilt. And when I said a few seconds ago, oh, you guys might be thinking of someone 1960s and stats. Yes, that's Wilt Chamberlain. He's gonna do really good in this video. But I'm not gonna tell you exactly how much, because I don't want to spoil it. So anyway, this season, Bill Russell averaged 17, 24, and 3 on 42.6% shooting. Bob Pettit averaged 28, 20, and 3 also on 44.7% shooting. Elgin Baylor 35, 20, and 5 on 43% shooting. Will 38, 27, and 2 on 50.9% shooting. Oscar Robertson 30, 10, and 10 on 47.3% shooting. I mean 30.5, 10.1, 9.7, but almost the same thing. But yeah, I think Wilt wins it pretty easily. He definitely has the best stats, most points, most rebounds, highest field goal percentage. Oscar Robertson gets number 2. He was really close to averaging a triple-double in the season. Elgin Baylor number 3, just because of the fact that he averaged 35 and 20. So he definitely takes number 3. Bob Pettit number 4, 28, 20, definitely. And Bill Russell gets last. No offense to the guy, but he didn't do great, you know what I mean? So I mean that's basically the top 5. I mean you could argue that Elgin Miller can go over Oscar Robertson, but for the fact that Oscar Robertson was so close to averaging a triple double, I have to give him number 2. But you could argue Elgin Baylor higher. But basically the goal is the same thing. Wilt won. So I think Bill Russell, he loses the award to Wilt. Same thing in 1961 and 62, Bill Russell loses the award to Wilt. 1923 and 4.5 and 45.7% shooting. Wilt, this was his 50-point per game season. He had 50, 26, and 2 on 50.6% shooting. Oscar Robertson averaged a triple-double on 31, 12, and 11 on 47.8% shooting. Elgin Miller cracked again. He was 38, 18, and 5 on 42.8% shooting. Jerry West didn't do too bad, 31, 8, and 5 on 44.5% shooting. So Wilt won. Oscar Robertson, he averaged a triple-double, so I have to give it to him. Elgin Baylor came close at number 3. Bill Russell 4, Jerry West 5. And the only reason why I gave Bill Russell the edge against Jerry West is because like he had less points, more rebounds, less assists, and like higher field goal percentage. And I don't want to keep giving like Bill Russell like fifth all the time, so that's why I put like Bill Russell slightly ahead of Jerry West. Now again, 1962 to 63, Bill Russell loses to Walter Wilt. That don't go anywhere. It's not gonna. This is not gonna be the trend for the whole video. It's not gonna be always like Bill Russell loses to Walter Wilt. But yeah, it's not gonna be the same like the whole time. It's not gonna be like that. Guys, don't worry. Bill Russell averaged 17, 23, and 5 on 43.2% shooting. Elgin Baylor did really well also, like 34, 14, and 5 on 45.3% shooting. Oscar Robertson, 28, 10, and 9.5 on 51.8% shooting. Bob Pettit, 28, 15, and 3 on 44.6% shooting. Jerry was 27, 7, and 6 on 46.1% shooting. Well, we all know he should have won at 45, 24, and 3 on 52.8% shooting. So Wilt won. Elgin Baylor actually got number 2. Oscar Robertson, number 3, Bob Pettit 4, Bill Russell 5, and Jerry was 6. And you guys might be wondering, why did you get the top 6? You like it's usually the top 5, right? Well, I feel like these guys were so close, you know, and like their stats that I think 6 people deserve to be in there. Now for now for 1963 to 64, Oscar Robertson won it, so it's finally a bit of a variety. 3 in a row with Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, but yeah, Oscar Robertson won it, but again, he loses the award to Wilt Chamberlain. He averaged 31, 9.9, and 11 on 48.3% shooting. Wilt 37, 22 on 5 on 52.4% shooting. Bill Russell, not great, 15, 24 on 5 on 43.3% shooting. Bob Pettit 27, 15, and 3 on 46.3% shooting. Jerry was 29, 6, and 6 on 48.4% shooting. Number 1, Wilt. Number 2, Oscar Robertson. Number 3, Bob Pettit. Number 4, Bill Russell. And number 5, Jerry West. So, I mean, Wilt and Oscar Robertson, like, they're getting top 2, like, almost every single time. And 1964 to 65, it comes back. Bill Russell loses the award to Wilt. 14, 24 on 5 on 43.8% shooting. Oscar Robertson 30.49 and 11 assists on 48% shooting. Jerry was 31, 6, and 5 on 49.7% shooting. Sam Jones, a bit of a variety. 26, 5, and 3 on 45.2% shooting. Wilt Chamberlain dominated again, 35, 22, and 3 on 51% shooting. So Wilt got 1, Oscar Robertson 2, Bill Russell 3, Jerry was 4, and Sam Jones 5. Now, 1965 to 66, Wilt Chamberlain, he keeps the award. This time he actually won it. He deserved to win it. 33, 24, and 5 on 54% shooting. Jerry was 31, 7, and 6 on 47.3% shooting. Oscar Robertson 31, 7.7, and 11.1 on 47.5% shooting. Bill Russell 13, 23, and 5 on 41.5% shooting. Sam Jones 23, 5, and 3 on 46.9% shooting. Jerry Lucas, 21, 21, and 2 on 45.3% shooting. So, basically, like, Wilt wins it. Like, he keeps the award. Oscar Robertson 2, Jerry was 3, Jerry Lucas 4, Bill Russell 5, and Sam Jones 6. Now, finally, it's not Wilt Chamberlain anymore. Guys, I told you, like, he's not gonna win it every single time. But yeah, 1966 to 67, Wilt Chamberlain, he loses the award to Oscar Robertson. So this was probably like the most toughest one. Rick Barry did fantastic. Oscar Robertson did fantastic. Wilt Chamberlain also did really well. But I had to give it to Oscar Robertson. So basically, Wilt averaged 24, 24, and 8 on 68.3% shooting. Nate Thurmond averaged 18, 21, and 2.6 on 43.7% shooting. Bill Russell 13, 21, and 6 on 45.4% shooting. Oscar Robertson, the MVP year in my opinion, 36 and 11 on 49.3% shooting. Rick Barry, he did fantastic. 36, 9, and 4 on 45.1% shooting. Like I said, if Rick Barry was in any other year almost, he would have won MVP. Like any other year, I mean, not in the 1960s when the Wilt Chamberlain was dominating, but like in any other, like maybe like the 70s, like he could have won actually, but I feel sad for Rick Barry, but he did really well. But yeah, so you guys might be wondering, like, why did Wilt Chamberlain not win the award like 24-24? Well, look at it. If you go here, Wilt Chamberlain did the exact same thing, but better. He averaged more points. He averaged like 0.4 more rebounds. And he averaged like 2.6 less assists or something like that. and like his production just like decreased. You know what I mean? Like even though his field goal percentage went up, he only averaged 4 points per game. So your field goal percentage will automatically go up because the less shots you take, the more your field goal percentage might go up. So I don't really consider it like that. Will Chamberlain, his production decreased. Just decreased. So Oscar Robertson wins it. And you guys might be wondering, why does he win it ahead of Rick Barry? He did average less points, but again, he averaged less points and less rebounds, but he averaged more assists, and he had a higher field goal percentage. And you guys might be like, but Rick Barry might have won it, like 35-9. Well, I feel like Oscar Robertson averaged a double with 6 rebounds. Is that better, or like is Rick Barry's 35-9 better? I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard. I mean, Will Chamberlain, like all three of them had really good competition, but I think I have to give it to Oscar Robertson by really like not by that much, really. Like it's just like by a slither, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, let's go into the next year. So Will Chamberlain, he loses the award to Oscar Robertson again. He averaged 24, and 8.6 on 59.5% shooting. Lenny Wilkens, 25 and 8 on 43.5% shooting. Elgin Baylor, 26, 12.2 and 4.6 on 44.3% shooting. Dave Bing, 27, 5 and 6 on 44.1% shooting. Oscar Robertson, 29, 6 and 10 on 50% shooting. So Oscar Robertson wins it again. Will Chamberlain gets second. Elgin Baylor did really well on 26 and 12, so he gets third. Dave Bing gets fourth on 27, 5 and 6, and Lenny Wilkens gets fifth. So I mean, Oscar Robertson wins it again. Like he averaged 29, 6 and 10, which I mean you could argue like for Will Chamberlain, but like I said, his production decreased. You know what I mean? So I mean, Oscar Robertson wins it here, and then a big ride. Like there's no Oscar Robertson, there's no Bill Russell, you know, there's no Wilt Chamberlain, there's no like Rick Barry, like none of those people are there except for Elgin Baylor. But like, so like it's a big variety. So Wes Unseld actually won the award. Wes Unseld won the award. He averaged 14, 18 and 2.6 and 47.6% shooting. Before we go ahead, 14, 18 and 2.6 is that MVP winner. You averaged 13.8 points per game and you win the MVP. Bro, what were the voters even doing on this one? I'm not like a 13.8 like points per game winner, like 13.8 points per game like player like wins the MVP. Are you kidding me? Like Jokic this year averaged 26. Giannis averaged like 27 or something last year. Like the year before that, Giannis won also. He averaged like 28, and then like the year before that, I think Steph won, I don't know, but like no one averages like 13.8 points and wins the MVP. I don't even understand. But anyway, Willis Reed averaged 21, 14.5 and 2.3 assists on 52.1% shooting. Billy Cunningham 25, 13 and 3.5 and 42.6% shooting. Elgin Baylor 25, 10.6 and 5 on 44.7% shooting. I mean, like none of them are great. You know what I mean? Like Elgin Baylor and Billy Cunningham like were the two best ones. But after you give it to Elgin Baylor, 25 and 10 is more impressive than 25, 10 and 5 is more impressive than 25, 12 and 3. So I have to give it to Elgin Baylor. And the Willis Reed did pretty good, 21 and 14. And then like Wes Unseld, I don't even know what the guy was even doing winning MVP. But yeah, he does not deserve it. So we're getting to the last year of this video. It's 1969 to 1970. Willis Reed like wins it, but he loses the award to Kareem in my opinion. So Kareem, I mean, the guy came like top 5 player of all time. He manages to win the MVP in my opinion in the last year. So I mean, Willis Reed, he didn't do too bad. I mean, he didn't do like he didn't do like he was like Wes Unseld. He was actually pretty good. 22, 14 and 2 and 50.7% shooting. Jerry West, you know, he did really well. 31, 5 and 7 on 49.7% shooting. And Kareem, the MVP, 29, 14.5 and 4 on 51.8% shooting. Walt Frazier, 21, 6 and 8 on 51.8% shooting. Billy Cunningham, 26, 13.6 and 4.3 and 46.9% shooting. Connie Hawkins, 24.6, 10.4 and 5 on 49% shooting. So Kareem wins it. Jerry West gets second. Billy Cunningham gets third. So I mean, first let's talk about the top 3. So Kareem has less points than Jerry West, more rebounds and less assists, but more field goal percentage. But think about it: is 29 and 14 better? Is 29 and 14 and 4 or is better, or is it like 31, 5 and 7? Which one is better? I feel like Kareem averaged a double, 29 and 14. So I think I should give it to him. And then Billy Cunningham and like Jerry West, you know, it could go either way. Like Jerry West has more points. He has less rebounds, more assists, and he has more field goal percentage. And Connie Hawkins, I mean, like when you come from here, like 25-10 is, it's really good. And then Willis Reed, the real MVP. I mean, is 24.6 and 10.4 better, or is 21.7, 13.9 better? It's your choice, really. And then Walt Frazier, he gets last. I mean, the guy, he was okay, 21, 6, and 8. But this is how it looks like. Kareem wins it, Jerry West gets second, Billy Cunningham gets third. And yeah, I think Kareem should win it. So yeah, let's get into like the score tally because I just made one. And yeah, so the score tally is Wilt wins a historic 6 times. And if you go by real life, that ties Kareem for the most because Kareem has 6. So if you go by stats, he definitely wins 6 times. So Oscar Robertson wins twice. Elgin Baylor wins once and Kareem wins once. Bro, we have to give hats off to Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor, and Kareem because if you win the MVP based on stats against Wilt Chamberlain, you're great because Wilt Chamberlain is a statistical monster. But that's the score tally. Wilt won 6 times, Oscar Robertson managed to win twice, Elgin Baylor once, and Kareem once. And guys, I will also be doing one for the 1970s soon. So if you guys are interested in the series, just go check it out whenever it airs. So yeah, guys, this is the video. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Guys, I really appreciate it if you guys like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I'll see you next time. Peace.